The worst thing that could happen with Aatrox's rework is he became this champion that was never picked, like before the rework, like actually never picked, became super popular right as the rework was about to launch.
Honestly, if you look back, what you guys really should have done, despite the backlash it would have caused, you guys should have nerfed him right before the rework.
Yeah, we've talked about that a bunch.
Because,
I
like,
think we
yeah,
pretty strongly agree. I think he just that like we buffed him before it just so like, hey, this guy can get some play now. But then he became popular, and then people only wanted to play him, and then he was
yeah.
popular for all the bad reasons because he was not good gameplay behind that kit.
Once you, like, if you knew the counterplay, there was very little he could do to beat it. If you didn't know the counterplay, it was bad. Right before the rework, his player play and his win rate were just spiking really hard.
Yeah,
and
that was
after,
like
yeah, I mean, after that, Rage Blade got double nerfed anyway, so it wasn't like exactly the dude was playing with a fair kit with fair items. Like, really, you had to nerf him like the month before, but you guys like gave him that last month where you're like, well, we're not gonna nerf him because we're gonna rework him. Then everyone suddenly, and I've actually said this multiple times, it's because everyone started to think that they were like good with the champion, that like this was their new main. Oh, I'm so
they
good.
right clicked real good.
If you knew the counterplay and you knew how to kite out his blood well and go back in, he sucked. If you didn't know what to do, then he'd pretty much just one-shot you with his Trinity. That was the champion. There was like a skill floor, I think, to like learning how much you could keep on your blood well before proccing it on an all-in. You know, like, okay, I'll stick a 2 or 3 stacks and all in. And once you had that down, you pretty much, if you hit your Q, they died from full HP every time.
That champion's play rate on like his release is one of the sharpest fall offs I've ever seen.
Oh, HR. Well, it's because, okay, if you actually look back, I can find you this exact thing. You guys were so stupid with this. I don't think you even worked at Riot at that time, so when I say you guys,
I had just started.
you can see his long patch notes of nothing. Yeah, right here. What you guys did is he was used, and by the way, this is why all those people who are like, oh, I used to play old. No, you fucking didn't. His play rate, and God, that was only 5 patches before you guys killed him. It felt like a very long time. He took 40 base damage off his E, and then he made his attack speed or like game much weaker. And then you like never went back and readjusted him. You were like, oh, we don't like that guy, and you just like looked away.
That was a long time ago. Oh, they got Senna. It's over.
Senna's
Am I right?
strong, but she's beatable. Didn't you guys nerf her AP ratios? You like wanted.
She got a 0.1 ratio on her buff on her ult. Just on the ult. The rest of the kit was, or the rest of the changes were nerfs. It was like a soul generation from last hitting and rage AD like ratio on her Q.
You guys definitely did something with like AP, and I was like, okay, great. They've added like a completely meaningless patch note to make it feel less bad. Great.
I mean, the builds that are support occasionally have some AP in them, so it's a slight buff to support.
Why nerf Nautilus and not Thresh? I feel like there's 2 good supports. Well, no, now you have Leona.
Nautilus didn't do as well with I mean, the Aftershock nerfs hurt all of them.
Air quote nerf. You know what you guys could do? If you want to make Aatrox not suck so hard but not actually buff him, just like give his auto attacks, like, okay, you know how every champion has like, there's like a window on their auto attack, but it'll still complete it if you use an ability.
Mm-hmm.
So like Darius can like start his auto attack and then, for example, W, and it'll still do that first auto attack. Aatrox doesn't have any of those. The worst thing, and I keep telling you guys this, I don't know why no one listens, his passive has a longer cast time than his other abilities. So if you ever, or his other auto attacks, if you ever like lose track of yourself, even slightly, and you like stop paying attention.
Is this passive cancelable?
Yeah.
Oh, we should change that.
That would be nice. Yeah, that would give him a lot more things he could do into like Riven and shit too. Have you ever fought Riven with Aatrox? It's literally, you don't even try to auto attack. You literally just start spamming your Q because you're like, my auto attacks are so long and are canceled so easy that all I'm doing is going to waste time trying to auto attack because I'll start it, it'll get canceled. I'll start it, it'll get canceled. And then it's like 3 seconds later and I'm like, I haven't done anything.
Wait, but I read a Reddit thread that said Aatrox and Riven are the same champion.
You know, I feel like originally, before the mini rework, they're very similar. And I think that's a lot of what these people have done. They've all decided they hate Aatrox, and they've just got it in their brain. It's like part of their personality right now that they hate Aatrox. And if they went back and they played the champion after his mini rework, they'd actually see that he's changed a lot. I mean, even little things like his passive gets its cooldown reduced by auto attacking now. Like people are like, oh, but there's no reason to auto attack an Aatrox. You can actually, there's something you can do if you go, for example, Sanguine Blade Aatrox, like I've done that in a game where it's like I can't, like reasonably, there's no way for me to team fight. They're just too good, so I should just split push. I've gone Spear Sojin, and you just straight walk into people and you auto attack them to death. So many, like you don't even use Q. Using Q will lower your damage, and there's so many people I fight doing this who are just like legitimately confused.
It's like when you walking at someone with a hooked champion and they're just zigzagging back and forth trying to dodge it, and all you need to do is just right click them and they die.
Oh, I do. If I'm ahead on Aatrox and I'm fighting like an 80 carry, a lot of times I'll just auto attack them because they'll be like dodging and shit, and I'm like, merely the fact I could use my Q allows you to outplay me with your flash or your Ezreal E or something. So there's no reason for me to use my Q. Use your ability, sure, I'll Q you, but you know, otherwise I'll just auto you to death. Yeah, this is the classic Kale right here. Dude focused so hard on last hitting me. All I did was sit back, did nothing, and now I'm up 10 CS.
You'll love to see it.
Does he need... I'm gonna teleport in here because I feel like he needs it.
Goes back
Oh,
to
shit. Kale's coming for me, obviously, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, is that him? The double flash.
Yeah, I mean, my Q AoEs, so if they're both in my Q, they're both healing me. Now, here's something I noticed, by the way. So, you nerfed Conqueror because we want tanks to be viable, right?
Wait, is that why we nerfed Conqueror?
But, your last two 80 carries, the first one had spammable % health damage, and the second one had % armor shred. Jesus.
It's one of those games. See, when you duo with me, you queue against worse players. So you get to style harder.
Does that outdo the duo debuff? Yeah, no, I did hear about where like people would get their accounts into low masters and duo with people in challenger, and even though the games were worth extremely low LP, they could practically guarantee wins because you're both playing, you know, like top 10 challengers, but you've like lowered the MMR. People really don't get that. Like, my Q does come back.
That's rough.
Oh, shit, I could have done that better. Oh, well. No, we get him anyway. It doesn't matter.
Oh, golly.
Why didn't it pull? What? No, auto him. What? Riders, Twitch chat. Ah, shit. Well, I'll take my consolation prize. What is the point of using your stopwatch there? You can ride abusing Nautilus. Well, he has to get...
oh, I'm a one-trick. I'm not good at this game. I just know to pick Nautilus.
Yeah, I mean, Twitch, he needs to get diamonds somehow.
What do you want from me? Listen, when you're as old as I am, you need to start picking champions that don't require hands to play.
I'm
That's why I
30.
play Nautilus. I'm 33. Oh my god, we're both boomers.
I got out 30'd. Well, I mean, I just assumed, based on the fact every rider is like exactly 24 to 6. It's like always 24 to 6. Hey, it's not the old days. You guys don't have like Morello. I should mention Morello has big leagued me. Every time I've been to LA, he says, "Oh, I'm on vacation with my wife."
Unlucky.
It's okay. I'll make up for your mistake.
What a pal. Although in my defense, that one was a Kali's mistake. Kali just knew we had you flying in. Is this one of those games where you say top diff? and then the game stalls out, and then you become useless, and we lose.
Hopefully. Actually, no, it's the kind of game where I realize that their team is building all damage, no survivability. So I go Spirit Visage instead of Guardian Angel, tank a shitload, and then they whine about Aatrox healing. That's what you gotta do. Whenever a dragon's popping up, you just start spam pinging it over and over and over. It's like, guys. And what you do, if you never actually hit the cap, you can do it faster. Oh, see, I hit the cap there on accident. Didn't space it quickly enough. My ping spacing could use some work.
Easy. Oh my god, that heal. Peace.
I like how instead of just letting Fizz die, now 2 people are dead.
Not 2 people, yeah. But the Fizz got out.
Well, it's time for me to get my last item. So I will go with the late game bruiser item. That was a joke. Late game, item.
Just build an Atmos.
I wish I could put all this health I've built to work on an item that enables me to get the late game. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
No. Full heal off their entire team.
Yeah. I mean, that was my plan.
Yeah.
Man, this works perfectly.
Imagine if Senna, instead of building an Umbral Glaive, she built an Executioner's Calling.
Imagine... Wait. None of them have a healing debuff. Wait. It's not even like Executioner's is expensive.
Yeah. Jesus. Oh my god, that poor Kale. She has a family.
So I'm actually dead, but they don't know it. So if I continue to back away, I might live. Ah, shit.
It's doomed. Wait. Did Fizz sell his items or something? What the fuck?
Oh, you know what? Fuck this guy. Oh, you know what? No, we're getting them.
What's happening? Peace. Easiest game of my life. See, I carried you. I carried you through matchmaking.
I think it was mostly that our jungler actually came top.
Yeah.
That was actually the first 9 ganks of my entire life. I've never actually had a gank before this. If you ever need to know how reality is just the complete opposite, you go to the League subreddit and you read it. To this day, my favorite thing they've done. Bruisers and mages were going to replace AD carries at Worlds. And then AD carries started to replace bruisers and mages in their lanes. Yeah. And they never have like... It's like they just mentally tuned that all out, and then Worlds ended, and then they just went right back to complaining AD carries are useless.